when you tap into the feminine energy, you're able to duplicate your success. The feminine energy is the power source. And I was recently watching a video and actually created a reel out of it on Instagram. You can go check it out. I'll put the link in the description, where Steve Harvey was talking about how a barber was able to go from making $10 per haircut to making $1,500 per haircut. And he also went on to build a $9 million per year haircutting or barber business, which is really, really, successful, right? And what a lot of people do is they don't realize that you can take your skill sets and actually amplify it. How can you duplicate it? How can you take what you know, your knowledge, your skill set, your gift, your habit, and duplicate it, or provide more value to it so that it expands or duplicates itself, that other people can see the value that you have and you attract it like bees to a flower, right? So what we got to really understand is that we need to think outside of the box, but also think in terms of duplication. For example, for me, I started learning about energy healing. And then from learning energy healing, I started learning about the subconscious mind. And eventually I started learning about NLP and hypnosis, which led to me actually creating my own system to reprogram the subconscious mind called neutrality shifting. And I also created affirmations, which I turned into affirmations, where you create affirmations that are normal. So you say, it's normal for me to be successful. It's normal for me to be happy. It's normal for me to travel all over the world. It's normal for me to live in a country that I want to live in. It's normal for me to be happy, healthy, and energetic, right? You say these things as if they are normal to you, and you don't no longer put it on a pedestal. You see, one of the challenges people have with the law of attraction is they put things on a pedestal, but when you make it normal to your subconscious mind is able to go manifest it because it's not on a pedestal. It's not a big deal, right? It's normal for me to make 6 figures per year. It's normal for me to make $1 million per year, whatever your number is. It's normal for me to be in a loving, healthy, and romantic relationship long term. It's normal for me to be in a loving, healthy, and romantic marriage and have beautiful kids. It's normal for me to have these things. Can you see the beauty and the power in that? And so I created these things through duplicating, through tapping into the sacral chakra, through tapping into my solar plexus, and really understanding that the more value that I'm able to create within, or duplicate my value, or come up with new thoughts, new ideas, and duplicate them and spread them and put them into manifestation, bring them into the world and share it with people, the more money I'm going to make, the more people I'm going to help, the more I'm going to transform people's lives, the more I'm able to do stuff for me. Right now, I'm in Montserrat. I was recently in Mexico, and I was living there for 1 year. And I'm able to travel all over the world and help people and do what I love and do what I'm passionate about. And that's not by accident. That's because I understand this process of adding value and duplicating your value. One of the other ways to duplicate value is hiring people or teaming up with people that have certain knowledge or skill sets, getting ideas, or hiring coaches and mentors is one of the things that I do to learn more about myself. And I guess it's not really duplication, it's more me upgrading my knowledge or deprogramming the things that I've learned in order to become a greater version of myself. And so this particular hairdresser, should I say barber, was able to go and become more successful. Yeah, he knew Steve Harvey, but I also know I'm one person away from Tony Robbins. I know someone that knows Tony Robbins, and so I can use that connection to get in contact with Tony Robbins if I wanted to. Does that make sense? And in fact, did you know you're only 2 people away from the person that you want to get in contact with? A majority of the time, you're only 2 people away from the person that you want to get in contact with. Okay, this is one of the fundamental secrets to networking. And basically, one of your friends knows a friend that knows the person that you want to get in contact with, basically. Okay, and so what I'm saying is there's people that I could get in contact with, and it could, put me in a whole different direction, and this particular barber, yeah, he knew Steve Harvey, but he utilized it. He has a skill set. He has the knowledge. He has the wisdom, he has the tenacity, the commitment, all of this stuff to go on and make a $9 million, per year business. Not by accident. He hired people. He got the support, the help, whatever, right? He done what he needed to do, put in hard work in order to make it happen. And so, some people will say, hey, he's lucky he knows Steve Harvey. For me, I was able to meet someone who knew Tony Robbins through me hiring a specific coach. And that led me to be able to be that close to Tony Robbins, for example. And so you got to kind of think outside of the box. Like, what can you do in order to make it happen? I remember when I first started my business, or it was a few years into my business, I went to an event, and because of the law of exposure, when you expose yourself to the environments that manufacture the success that you want, things naturally unfold. So I went to this event, and there was a guy there named Aaron, right? And I met Aaron, and he was a cool guy or whatever. We spoke for a little bit, and that was it, right? 1 year later, Aaron's in Thailand, and he's, very successful. He becomes a very successful businessman. At the time, he was completely new. He had, no knowledge on business and stuff, but then he was able to become really successful. And so 1 year later, him and his mentor put an ad or like a post on Facebook, right? And it was an application for going out to Thailand to actually get mentored by them, right? And I applied. And guess who got the position? Guess who got the mentorship? Me. Why? Because I exposed myself to the reality, all right, to be able to do that, to be able to achieve that. So I was living in Thailand for 6 months, completely free of charge. I didn't have any expenses, and they took care of me, and they basically showed me how to build a business from scratch. How did I manifest that, right? Because I don't allow my mindset to say, oh, because he knows Steve Harvey, that's why he's successful. No. How can I get to know successful people, this and that, all right? And this is the way that you got to look at it. When you have these ideas or things that you want to manifest, it's going to show up in ways that you probably have fears around. I was scared to go to this event, and network and meet people and talk to people. I was nervous, right? I was socially awkward and I had social anxiety at the time, but I still went. And so some people want these manifestations, but they're not doing anything, right? And so it's like, what are you doing? How can you get outside your comfort zone? And what subliminal or hypnosis or coach or mentor can you hire to then go and reprogram your subconscious mind so you're no longer blocking yourself from achieving that? And that makes a good point for the end of this video, actually, because I'm currently offering one-to-one coaching. It's going to be for a limited time, and it's going to be on the thumbnail on screen right now, the card thing right here. All right. And so you can click on it and check out what my coaching is. I help people with money blocks and relationship blocks. So if you're interested in that, I'd love to support you, but you can make anything happen with or without my support. I just love helping people transform their lives. All right. So remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.